How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to talk about how to turn a profit and when you should call it quits. If you really think about it, every person has a handful of opportunities they can pursue. Certain ones are more profitable than others. Sometimes some of them may not pay off initially, but maybe they may grow in revenue. Now today I want to go over a very simple formula that a lot of people just overlook. They do not look at how much profit they're actually making from a certain endeavor. This all comes down to how much you're selling each good or service for. And then you have to subtract out how much you paid for the good. Maybe you have advertisement that you paid for. Maybe you had to pay rent for a certain spot. Maybe you're selling goods so you have to pay shipping for it. Or maybe you're using a certain platform like eBay, so you have to pay a certain fee in order to sell on that platform. Now when you subtract out all these different fees, everybody's taking a little cut here and there. Then you get your final profit for that particular item. Now sometimes you might hit an economy of scale. So if you sell a lot of items, let's say 10,000 of them, and if you rent a place for $10,000, then you can say, okay, every single item that you sold costs you $1 of rent in order to sell that item. Now I want to share an example here, both in terms of as an investor and based on what I observed on other people that started businesses. I had a friend that started a business and they poured more than $100,000 into starting a restaurant business. Now this person opened up a restaurant in a not so good neighborhood. This person has never opened up a restaurant before, so this posed a significant risk for the person that is outlaying all this cash in order to start this business. I wasn't actually asked to invest in the business, but if I were an investor in this business, I would look at it and then go, well, this person does not have much experience. Are they just going to spend this money and I'll never see any of it back? Will they make enough money every single month in order to recuperate the costs that they put in? So they put in more than $100,000 into renovating this place. And let's say your business chugs along and it does okay. Maybe it breaks even, so then it's able to pay its own rent, but you have to make more than your costs in order to recuperate what you put in. So sometimes you would see a business, maybe it might struggle for years and basically not turn a profit at all. It's just breaking even. Then you might wonder why you're spending all this time on this business when you're not increasing your profit and essentially you're in the red for many years in a row. Now I'd like to go over a different example where I did an experiment with selling very low cost goods. In the end, even if you do make a profit, you want to look at how much time you actually spent in order to make this profit. So at some point I was able to buy some goods for roughly $1 each and I'm able to sell them for about $5 each on eBay. To make the numbers simple, I've rounded everything of course, but if I sell it for $5, minus $1 of eBay fee, minus $2 of shipping fees, minus $1 for purchasing the product itself. In the end, I'm only left with $1. And let's say it takes me about 15 minutes time to package the thing up, to actually ship it and everything. Then when you really think about it, you're only making $4 an hour. So when I really stopped to think about it, I was like, even the first time around when I made roughly $1, I'm like, this is not really worth my time to go buy that item and list it and then resell it. So suffice to say, that was an experiment that didn't last very long, and this is certainly something that I think people should look into, especially when your profit after selling that item, you really need to compare how much time you spent into it and how much your time is worth. Now on to how much your time is worth. This is different for everybody. I always like to talk about how much your time is worth outside of your normal day job. So for example, let's say you have a salary job. A lot of people have a salary job. Let's say you make an equivalent of about $20 per hour at this salary job. So some people might go, it's not worth my time to save $20 because I earn $20 at my work. I think this is the wrong way to think about it, because you should really think about it in terms of how much more money you can get per additional hour that you work on top of whatever you're already doing. So if you're a freelancer, yes, you can possibly make $20 more every single hour that you put in. So let's say you want to go really crazy next week and work 80 hours. Well, will you be able to double the amount of pay that you get? If you can, and if you can work as many hours as you want and make that much more money, then yes, you can use that argument. However, a lot of people who are on salary jobs, if you work 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours, you may not make that much more. Some people might say if you work 50 or 60 hours at your job, or maybe 80 hours even, you might be able to put in so much effort that you might get a pay raise, and this will in turn compensate for the extra time that you put in. In my experience, the extra time you put in is not guaranteed, of course. You might hit it big and you might get a generous employer that will actually give you a big enough bonus to have it worth your time. Most of the time, your bonus is not going to be directly proportional to the amount of time that you put in. Now, on the other hand, if you're a kid, you cannot get a job yet, and essentially your hourly wage is zero because you cannot really earn anything at all, then yes, go ahead and sell those eBay things. Earn a $1 profit because $1 is still $1 because it's more than what you would normally make anyway. If you're at a salary job and you do not have the ability to make whatever amount per hour that you make for each additional hour outside of your normal job, then I argue that your extra time is essentially worth zero. Therefore, if you do this crazy eBay thing and earn $1 extra, it's still $1 extra on top of your salary. Now, there's yet another layer to this because you might value your leisurely time maybe $100 an hour. So you will not give up this 1 hour, even if you can use the same 1 hour and make $100. So really think about how much your leisurely time is worth. I know myself, I need a certain amount of leisurely time. And if I have something where I have to work 100 hours, I would flatly refuse to do that. So this really depends on the person, how much leisurely time you have. Let's say you use your 40 hours a week to go to work and you already satisfy that requirement, and then you have your leisurely time that you're comfortable spending. And yet on top of this, let's say you have another 10 hours, just outside of your leisurely time, you just want to do more work. Then yeah, you can use this to earn $1 an hour even. I don't care. Hopefully you can earn more than that because you can pick and choose what kind of profit that you get. You can go, okay, that it only earns me $1 an hour. Let me try this other thing that earns me $5 an hour or $10 an hour equivalent. So therein lies the philosophy of earning a profit. And I employ this all the time. Whenever you look at something, how much time you're spending on something, you want to look at how much you value your time, how much time you want to spend in it, how much money that you will get doing something else. Maybe it makes more doing something else. So thanks for watching this video on how you can turn a profit and when you should call it quits. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this philosophy. If you're interested in supporting the channel, check out my Audible link down in the video description below where you can get a free audiobook. And if you don't like this audiobook or this service, you can cancel it before the subscription expires and you can still keep this audiobook for free for life and also help benefit this channel. I also have a Patreon over here where you can get early access to my videos. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel over here and click that bell icon next to that subscribe button so that you get a new notification whenever I upload a brand new video. Thanks for watching.